Good morning, everybody. Yesterday was probably the 500th video I've done on this Gloria, probably like the third, but even still. I actually thought I fixed the boost issue. So we had a huge boost leak from the intercooler. So the main problem is I've actually had no boost whatsoever. And I thought, so we did a boost leak test. Nonetheless, I bought a new intercooler, fitted that new intercooler, and we still got no boost. So there's an issue somewhere down the line. We went back and did another boost leak, and I found out that there was no boost leaks. None that would be causing zero pressure anyway. So it has to be something with the turbo or something that controls the turbo, the wastegate. So we're actually down at Muddy Mini. Huge shout out to these guys again, as you guys. Funnily enough, here is the Mini that was actually, well, my Mini. It's here getting some work done. They're all afraid of the camera in here. So we're actually using their ramp space. So this is a lovely Subaru as well. So yeah, Modern Mini. There's a Gloria and a Subaru. It's living up to the name. But we're using their ramps. So if you thank you, then please give them a follow on Instagram. We're gonna get it up. We're actually gonna look at the back of the turbo because I think the turbo's gonna be fucked, or the wastegate's gonna be flapping, or something wrong with the actuator. And since these turbos are at the bottom of the car, they're impossible to access from the top. So we're here on a ramp. There she is. She actually looks really good in this light. There she is. Let's jack her up, and obviously in theory this is gonna be easier than in practice, but I guess we'll see. What I was hoping to see was, so there is the actuator arm, just there. Now I was hoping to see that was like dangling, and it actually is attached to the wastegate there. So one of my assumptions would have been that that would have just been flapping about, and obviously since the air is going through it, it's just opening the wastegate and not allowing anything to build pressure. But that actually looks tight. I've had a grab of that arm and it actually feels tight, which is somewhat worrying because the spring is on there and it is actually attached to the wastegate, as you can see here. But not only that is that it's tight, meaning that it seems like it's tight closed. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to get an airline, and we're going to actually just put an airline onto the actuator and just put some air in it and see if it's freely moving. I think that's the easiest thing to do. And that'll just show us if the actuator is seized or not. Right, so we're going to grab the line which is going to go straight to the actuator, which I believe is this one, but there's so many lines. If you look here, there's actually a boost sensor and a solenoid, and they've both got like fucking 300 lines coming off them. Pretty sure this one goes to the actuator, but I'm going to get you to wiggle it, and I'm going to go underneath and just make sure it is that one. Yeah, that's like, okay, perfect, that's the one. So we're going to just put some air through to that. So you're going to do that at the top, I'm going to go underneath and just make sure that that actuator is moving. It's actually a lot harder than I thought to access the turbo. The downpipe is here, but the turbo's right at the top. I actually going to struggle getting the two bolts off the top. I actually think it's going to be a lot bigger job than I think. So we've got an airline here, we're just going to pop it in there. We're going to just put a tiny bit of pressure and just let it out. And then as we're doing that, I should see the arm moving up and down. So let's go and have a look. Right, go on. Do it again. Right, that's definitely moving. Perfect. Now, put it in to keep the pressure on. So you see what's happening there is the arm is opening and it's closing. So that's working. I'm honestly fucking stumped because it was closed. I think I might just take it for, if I take it for a run with the actuator unplugged, then it should overboost. Right, I'm going to start it and I'm going to get underneath, just give it a few free revs. Now, it shouldn't build up enough pressure to move that wastegate, but at least I can get underneath and see if there's any like huge exhaust leaks or anything. Because it does sound there's a huge exhaust leak coming from the front. It sounds like awful when I'm driving. We know the wastegate's good, we know the wastegate's attached, we know the wastegate's moving up and down. I'm going to start the car and I'm just going to have a feel around and have a look at that wastegate while you're revving it. Now, we're not going to build up any pressure, but we might just have a better idea if anywhere's leaking. So we've got a huge exhaust leak on this Flexi here, but it's post-turbo, so that should make a difference. So I've just been on the phone. I'll just give Simon Norton a call just to explain the situation to him, and he's saying that it sounds like I've got a boost leak that big that it's not letting any air through. And I'm not actually picking up on a boost leak test because it's letting that much air out. It's not. So obviously we've been running over a lot of different issues with Simon Norton. Simon Norton saying it could be the turbo as well. So we've actually got one of, what's his name, John. So there's John who owns the garage next door. Apparently he's very knowledgeable. He's going getting a smoke tester. So we're going to smoke test it. Now even if it is that big, it will still come out with a smoke test. So he's got a smoke tester. We've just been going over options of what it could be. So we're gonna smoke test it, and then if I can't find anything with that, I'm absolutely fucking stumped. So I've told Simon Norton, be ready for me to book in a appointment with you, because I'm just gonna take it up to Simon Norton. I've not seen Simon in ages. Simon will figure it out like that. The only thing is, it's just like a 2.5 hour drive. Not what I want to be doing this. Why is my battery so bad at the minute on this? I think it's so cold. Right, so we're smoked in. So hopefully we see a lot of smoke. So there's a leak on the gasket for the intercooler to the pipe. Yeah, I can see where it's coming from, but that wouldn't cause zero boost pressure, would it, with one like that? So it's just coming from the side of that gasket there. Right, so we actually found a couple of leaks on the intake pipe. A big one, not sure where it is. Yeah, here it is. Big, huge split there. So he was saying that could actually be causing the like false math readings and stuff, causing it to like cut fuel and cut boost. So we're actually going to probably just take that for now, or see if we can find a silicone replacement. We're also going to fix this, the gasket there. So we've ordered some gasket maker, and we've got some universal gaskets as well to see if they'll just fit on there. But we're going to basically replicate that gasket because it is smoking from here. So we are going to need to fix these issues regardless, so we may as well fix them now. So we're going to fit that gasket there. I'm going to take this off just to change the Jubilee clips on here, because this one, as you can see, that's just threaded on the bolt, so we're going to have to probably just grind this off. And we're just going to just overlay it, not overlay it, we'll try and fix everything. And we've also got a camera, so we're actually going to put the camera down through here and through here to actually look at the turbo blades to see what's going on inside the turbo. So we've got our little thing, so I can actually see the blades from here with this light. It'd be good if I can actually, I'm not going to be able to get my hand in there, but they seem fine. Let's have a look at it on here as well. So they actually all seem fine. It'd be good to get my hand in and see if what it's moving like, but to me they seem absolutely fine. What the fuck could it be? What we're going to do is we're going to start the engine, and I'm going to look down here and just see if the blades are spinning. I've tried to move it with things, and like I've tried to move it with like a bit of compressed air, and I tried to touch it with a thing, but it's just, it seems quite stiff. But it's going to run like shit, but let's just go. Right, turbo seized. So the turbo's not spinning at all. So that's our answer. Do it again, try to give it some revs. No, that turbo should be spinning. Right, I think we found our answer, mate.
What turbo is it? Do you know?
Fuck knows. Oil line, shit oil line. I mean, that's why we've got no fucking boost. Turbo's fucked. Right, so we just made a gasket for the intercooler, because this one's getting a little bit old. So just cut around that with some gasket paper and a knife. We have got some thick stuff here, which is proper thick. I think that'll be the overkill, and trying to cut that is going to be a fucking nightmare as well. So we'll see how this one goes. It's thicker. So when we compress it, it should compress a little bit better as well than the other one. I tried to cut it as best as I could. I think that is not too bad. Right, so we're all back together. So at least we know, oh fuck you know. At least we know what the issue is. So I think the next plan is we're gonna take the turbo out. Yay, content! I have no idea how the fuck I'm gonna do it. Obviously being a V6, it's shaped like this. So instead of the manifold going on sideways, then you can just get a gun in, the bolts are gonna be like this. It's gonna be an absolute nightmare. It's gonna probably be a full day job or 2 day job, I reckon, to get that off. Simon Norton was saying, just make sure that you've got oil to the oil feed, because the reason it's done that is probably because it's been seized, so it's probably not getting enough oil to the turbo. So he's saying make sure you've got good oil pressure before you put a new turbo on. My camera's fucking down again, but we're going to do one more thing back together. We're actually going to do something I need to do. We're going to leave on a happy note. We're going to slam the back of the car. It's on coils, it's just high. So we're going to slam the back. At least we'll be seeing Queen as much as we can be today. And my wheels are here from Nico, so that'll be in the next video. Alright, so here we go. So luckily enough, they all cracked off. Dead easy, so obviously just crack that up. And I've just raised it about a finger, so probably about not that much. Might go a little bit lower actually, but we'll just see. And I'm just dragging these down. So I've raised this one up to where I want it, measured it on both sides, and now we're just going to wipe the whole thing down. Right, so we've been looking online and I've been doing some research. Apparently the R33 Skyline turbos are the exact same. There's actually one for sale not far from me, but I have a feeling the J-pipe, the intake's different, because one of them's got a bolted intake and one of them's like a slip over like a silicone. So we're actually going to get this turbo off in the next video on the Gloria, or one of the next videos. I'm going to come here down to Modern Mini. Thank you to them guys so much, and huge thank you to John Tinham Engineer as well. He's helped out a load today. Running a bit rough. Get the turbo off and measure it against, we'll either get that one rebuilt or we'll get a Skyline one. But thanks for watching everyone, I love you all. This is running really rough for some reason. I'll see you next time.